Hi guys, in case you're wondering, it's the same day that I'm filming a few of these videos, so yeah, I just wanted to get a few videos out which I've been promising lately, and this video I feel like a bit of a cheat for doing today because my hair looks a mess because it's wet and I'm just leaving it to dry naturally. But I've had this video, it's been quite highly requested for my hair care routine, and I didn't do it for the longest time because I don't really have any tips I can give you really, apart from ones probably people already know about how to have healthy hair. I am a qualified hairdresser, so I probably do know a bit more than most, but I mean, to be honest with you, your hair grows in cycles. Everybody's hair does, so and the cycle can be anything from 1 to 7 years. It can be so long where you'll have growth spurts and then it will just stop, and growth spurts. And so it's just really, how can I explain it? It's just natural. Your hair will grow naturally, but I mean, obviously if you keep it in really good condition, it will help it stay strong and it'll be more likely to grow. So I'm just going to show you a couple of things I use when I'm in the shower, and then I'll tell you a few sort of tips that I've picked up because I've grown my hair quite long now. I don't know if you can see it. Hang on, it's to about here. Because my hair used to be quite short, I kept it around this length for a long time, and so it's grown about that much. So I'll let you know some of the things I did to help it grow. So when I'm in the shower, I typically use something like this, which is the L'Oreal Silver shampoo or the blue shampoo, just because I'm going a lot lighter at the moment. I don't know if you can tell, or I'm trying to. I like to go quite light blonde in the summer. I always keep my underneath dark because this is my actual natural hair colour, and I like to have a bit of my natural hair colour underneath. It's kind of like a warm goldeny brown actually. And I just really like the look of that, kind of having a bit of your own natural hair as well, and I'll go into that a bit later in the video as well. So yeah, I'm trying to go quite blonde on top, and sometimes it's nice to tone your hair in a shampoo just to get it that really fresh, clean looking blonde. If I'm not using this, I'll typically use any shampoo. L'Oreal shampoos are really good. I've got a pink one at the moment which I forgot to bring, and that's just kind of like a Kerastase, sort of like repairing the bonds in your hair kind of shampoo. But to be honest with you, shampoo doesn't really matter. Sometimes I use the really cheap ones, the Alberto Blossoms, for £1 if they smell nice. It's all about your conditioner really. So for conditioner, I use the Moroccan Oil an intense hydrating mask with argan oil, which looks like this, and I mentioned this in a previous video that unfortunately both of these really you won't be able to get on the high street. I got these from the wholesalers when I was there picking up some hair and beauty supplies. These are not sold, these are salon use only, but if you can get into a Sally's or at Capital or Aston and Fincher or anywhere like that, or whatever they're called wherever you're from, then you should be able to pick these up. These are definitely not sold in salons. You might be able to get these in salons, but I'm not sure, but check online. If not, maybe they might be sold online. Then once I've shampooed and conditioned my hair, by the way, what I do with this one is I shampoo my hair, rinse it out, and then I sort of squeeze it really dry, put this in mostly at the bottom, so like the majority of it at the bottom, and then I work it out to about here. You don't want anything on your roots or anything, because this is quite a powerful hair mask, and I use this as a conditioner, so it's only needed on the ends where your hair can be quite brittle. So I put most of it on the bottom and I take up to about there, and I leave it on my hair for around 5 or 10 minutes before I wash it off. And I comb my hair with this, which I use in the shower. It's gross, sorry, it's covered in hair, but it's just like got a handle. You can get these at hair supplies as well, and I comb through my hair with that in and leave it for like 5 or 10 minutes before I wash it out. Then when I get out of the shower, I towel dry my hair and I spray it with this, which is a Revlon Equate 2-Phase. It's just like a leave-in conditioner basically. Again, I'm really sorry guys, but you won't be able to get this on the high street unless you can try and find it online. It's salon only. But you might be able to buy it in some salons that sell Revlon. I haven't seen it, but you might be able to find it. But any leave-in conditioner is good. You want to find one that's for dry coloured hair, or whatever your hair is like, basically. And this one smells so good. So I spray that, I kind of hold my hair like this and I spray it all through. And then the last step is my Moroccan oil, which the lid broke off of. I put a good 3 or 4 squirts of this just on my ends, so I'll put it in my hands and I'll rub it through the ends, and then whatever's left I'll work through the rest. So that's all I do really for my hair. I try to do that every time I wash my hair. Sometimes I might miss out one of the last 2 steps, obviously if I don't find it or forget or something, but that's what I try and do every time I wash my hair. Now as for tips on how to grow your hair, I mentioned earlier about having my own colour underneath. Although I really like the look of this and I think it takes it a bit more natural, I also do this for another reason, and that reason is purely because your hair is more prone to breaking when it's being coloured, especially blonde. So by having all of this, I'll try and show you how much. By having all of this as my natural hair, which is the length, it makes it easier to grow, and it's healthier and stronger, which means that it's going to grow a lot quicker. So if I did colour all my hair blonde, then my ends, the bottom of my hair, is going to be just as weak as the top, which means that it will snap off more easily and probably wouldn't grow as long. So that's a really good tip. If you have got highlights, try and just have them done at the top if you don't mind that look, because obviously when you tie it up, you know, you are going to see dark, but I quite like that look. I mean, it's just preference really. Yeah, so if you can, try and leave your natural hair underneath, or even if you just coloured it dark brown, it's better for your hair than putting bleach on it. The other tips that I can give you are just really basic. Number 1, try not to use heat on your hair. So whenever possible, or basically what I do, shall I say, is that I always let my hair naturally dry if I can. I try not to use straighteners or hair dryers on it very often. If you guys see my hair curl, which a lot of you like, I will curl it with my GHDs after it's dried naturally, and then I will wear the same curls in my hair for a couple of days, which moves on to my next one, which is, I know this sounds really disgusting, but try not to wash your hair all the time. It's really bad for it. Try and leave your hair 2 or 3 days if possible. If you can, every other is better than every day. I try and leave my hair as long as possible. Obviously circumstances are different, like if I go to the gym I can't not wash my hair, those kinds of things, but if you can, the longer the better. The more you can put up with it, the better for your hair, because you're keeping all the natural oils in it. So try not to wash your hair too often. Try not to comb your hair too much when it's wet. Now I know I said to comb it when you've got your leave-in conditioner in, but what I mean is after you come out the shower, try not to brush it too much. Let it dry, or at least get 90% dry before you brush it, because it's better to brush it dry than wet, because when it's wet it's more elastic, so it's going to stretch more and then break off. So you want to just leave it while it's wet, apart from obviously when you're combing your conditioner through, and brush it when it's dry. What else? What other tips could I give you? Yeah, always use a heat protector when possible. I've said about not washing your hair too much, so maybe just invest in a dry shampoo. Oh, another tip which I've been doing, which really helps, is on a night time, try and plait your hair, or braid it out the way or whatever, so that you don't roll around and pull chunks of it out, and it keeps it looking nice. So if you've washed your hair and you think, if I don't dry it looks horrible, try plaiting it on a night time and going to bed with it damp, and then in the morning it'll be nice and wavy. I do that quite a lot, and people say, oh, I love your hair, what have you done? And all I've done is slept on it in a plait. But yeah, so just try and think about the main things that damage hair are colours, like bleach or whatever, or high lift tints. I mean, even brown dyes can damage hair. I'm not saying they don't, they're just not as bad because the peroxide they're mixed with is a lot lower. But heat is really bad for your hair, so think about that. The less you can blow dry it, the less you can use your styling tools with it, the better. Leaving your hair to be as natural as possible is basically the best way to let it grow. So even if you've got to let it in a ponytail, I mean, I grew out a lot of my fringe to have a middle parting, and now I've just got sort of like layers around here. But I did have it in a side parting for years and a side fringe, and I had to let it grow out, and because I wasn't styling it or anything, it looked awful. So all I did was wear my hair up for a few months, and you'd be surprised if you wear your hair up for a few months, when you take it down you'll be so amazed at how much it's grown. So yeah, so just try and leave it all alone, let the natural oils soak into your hair, invest in a good sort of shampoo and deep conditioner or anything like that. And yeah, that's the only tips I can give you really. I've just been really lucky that my hair has been growing so much lately. I'm not sure how much longer I want it, maybe about that much more before I stop and just have it cut to there. But anyway guys, I hope this video was helpful. Please comment, rate, subscribe. I will leave my Twitter around here somewhere. Please could you follow me, it would make my day. I hope you all are well, and I will catch you in my next video. Thanks, bye. Mwah.